It's McNeil from Louison Automotive, and if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe, and I'm going to try to answer this question today. Should you buy a car with an accident history? It's a very common question that we get a lot. I would say there's a right way to buy that car. Obviously, you want to make sure that the car was fixed right, and you want to understand the history of the car a little bit better. So most dealers will offer you either a car proof or a Carfax when you purchase a vehicle. Okay, well, just a little fun fact, they're the same thing, right? Carfax bought over car proof, so I guess in Canada now they just call it Carfax Canada. They all the same thing, so they're no longer competition, they all the same company anyway. But the point is, you get one of those history reports on a car, and then you see that the car was involved in an accident. Don't just scrape it off your list. It doesn't mean it's a bad car. There's ways to understand that accident, okay? If the dollar value is over $3,000, it doesn't mean it's bad. If the dollar value is $20,000, it still doesn't mean it's bad. What you need to look at is the date. So let's say, like right now, okay, we're in 2019. So when we look at the car proof, let's say we're looking at a car proof, and it said there was an incident in 2010, and the car is actually a 2010 model, and it's a $20,000 claim. First thing people would look at is say, oh, $20,000 claim, and then they would say, well, that car is not for me. Okay, they would be like, no, I don't want to buy this car. This car had a huge $20,000 claim on it. But this is not the right way to read the car proof. The way I look at that as a professional buyer is, I would say, okay, well, the car was brand new at the time of the incident. So maybe the insurance chose to write it off based on the age, whatever the case may be. So the dollar value on that accident will always seem high because the car is a bit newer. The other factor you gotta look at is what was the kilometers at the time of the incident. So what you want to look at is the kilometers at the time of incident and the kilometers now that you're actually buying the vehicle. If the car has driven a whole 100,000 maybe kilometers after the incident, I'm pretty sure that whatever headaches or problems that was going on with that car has already been ironed out by the previous owner. So I wouldn't worry too much saying, oh my god, it's an accident, car is going to break down with me, because somebody drove it 100,000 kilometers after the incident, and it's still a good driving car. Now, whether or not the car have a accident history, you should still do some sort of an inspection in the car anyway. So even if a car proof comes back and say that the car has no previous accidents, it just means no official accidents, no accidents that actually went through an insurance company. So I would say you still need to get that car inspected. So even if you consider buying that salvage or branded car, you get it inspected anyway to make sure that it's still in good working condition. Chances are there's no problems because of the accident. I mean, wear and tear can be a shitty car, but it can be a shitty car not because of the accident. It can be a shitty car because it wasn't well maintained either. So you still need to inspect it. I'm just saying, if there is any flaws of how the car was repaired, that should show up within those 100,000 kilometers. If you want to buy a car that is a bit newer, so you would say, well, okay, we're in 2019, and for example, my 2019 Corolla with the 10,000 kilometers maybe has a $20,000 claim on paper on it. How do I know that car is still good? Because nobody has driven it since the 100,000 kilometers yet. So yes, all you need to do is take that car to a body shop and a mechanical shop. Why I say a body shop? Because if you take it to a licensed body shop, they'll be able to give you some sort of a structural inspection to know that that car was actually fixed right. Okay, so you'd have to do a little bit of extra homework to make sure that the car was repaired right. You can take it to a mechanical shop to make sure all the mechanical components are in working order and that they were repaired right. So I'm not saying to buy a crash car blindly. You would have to do some inspections to make sure that the guy that you got it from did fix it right. But it is the best way to buy cars in terms of saving money. If you were to buy a car with a branded title, you can save an additional 20 to even 40% sometimes. The savings would be significant. If you want to save money, this is the smartest way to buy a car. It's a depreciating asset. You buy it as cheap as you can, and the cheapest way is to buy that crash car. I mean, hopefully this video was helpful. You know, you could also now follow us on Facebook, Louison Automotive. We do other updates there, so you can check us out there. And you know, don't forget to leave us a comment so we can know what questions you have that we can answer.